Hello everyone, my name is Snehik. Welcome back. I hope you all are doing fine and safe. But most importantly, I hope you all are reading. Talking about this new book that I finished reading, it's more on the self-help side. It's about leadership lessons. It's called The Ride of a Lifetime. It's by the CEO of Walt Disney Company, Mr. Robert Iger. As we have all grown up watching Disney movies, and the company still continues to give us quality content. I thought it would be really interesting to know a little more about the company and hear from the boss himself. What happens behind the scenes, and what are the lessons that he has picked up on his way to becoming the CEO of one of the biggest company in the world. As a reader, for me, the book is distributed in two parts. The first talks about Robert's journey into becoming the CEO and of Disney company, and the second is more about the culture at Disney and the three big acquisitions that happens. That has literally defined Disney what it is today. So the book starts with opening of the Shanghai Disneyland, and Robert is present there, and just few days before the opening of the park, he's faced up with two crisis situation. The first one is the mass shooting that happens in Orlando, which is at a club which is just 15 miles away from the Disney World, and the second is of the alligator attack that happens at one of their Florida hotels, wherein a young boy is attacked, and he's been taken by the alligator and he's missing. So all this is happening just few days before the opening, and there's already too much on his plate. And as a reader, that's when you pick up your first lesson that one of the most important trait in becoming a good leader is handling a crisis. He says that I don't take a bad news as a bad news. I take it as a problem that needs solution. So it, as a leader, it speaks volume about you. How do you, handle a crisis situation? How you are level-headed, and how you basically take pressure. So that is how the book starts with, and then it takes you into a flashback wherein he basically talks about his journey from ABC Sports to becoming finally the CEO of Walt Disney. And throughout when he's talking about his journey, he talks about various people. He's mentioned their names, and he's talked about various bosses that he encountered, and his colleagues and his mentors and everything. Each one is responsible for his success and the person he is today. And every person, whoever comes in your life, I believe comes for a reason, and that's what he says. I have picked up so many lessons from all these people on the way. And for example, he talks about his boss at ABC Sports, Mr. Roone Aldrich, and he says, for Roone, he never took no for an answer. Even if I have to go to him and tell him that this is not happening, he would just send me back and say that find another solution. So he would never take no for an answer, and I think that kind of pushed myself more every time to try harder and come up with solutions, or innovate. So, and I think it reminded me of a quote that I read a while back, that success is never self-made. For someone who might say that, oh, I'm a self-made person, there's nothing like self-made, because behind you there is someone who prayed for you, someone who mentored you, someone who guided you, and someone who inspired you. So there's nothing like self-made. There's so many people responsible for your success, and that's exactly that he talks about when he's talking about his journey from ABC Sports to Disney. And he talks about that, and then he also talks about just before joining Disney, he had to switch from ABC Sports to entertainment, and he was a person who had no clue about entertainment and how to handle a script. I mean, he didn't even know how to read a script. So I've actually folded a page and I'll read it out to you. So he talks about a very important lesson, that when you don't know something and you're in that position, a leadership ship position, and you don't know something, so what exactly you do. He says that you have to ask the questions you need to ask, admit without apology what you don't understand, and do the work to learn what you need to learn as quickly as you can. Person faking a knowledge is no good. True authority and true leadership come from knowing who you are and pretending not to be anything else. I think that is so important, you know. For me, I believe like if you don't know something, there's no harm in just putting your hand up and saying, hey, I don't know, can you help me? So, and throughout, you know, if you read about his journey, that's exactly what he's done, you know, that if he's been in a situation when he doesn't know about anything, he's person who has raised his hand and say, you know, hey, I don't know about it, please help me. And because of the respect and empathy that he's had for people around, everyone has been more than willing, you know, to help him on his journey. So yeah, that was basically the first part of the book. The second part of the book takes you, you know, is more about Disney. It talks about the culture at Disney, and it talks about the three main acquisitions at Disney, you know, which has literally been responsible behind the success Disney is. So the three main acquisitions were Pixar, Lucasfilms, and Marvel. So at that time, back in the days, Disney animation was greatly suffering, and these three acquiring these three companies, you know, really helped Disney on its journey. So the second part is basically you know, talking about all these major acquisitions. My personal favorite one was about the Pixar and Steve Jobs. So at that time, Steve Jobs was related to Pixar, and you know, acquiring Pixar and convincing Steve Jobs, because Steve Jobs had a bad experience with Disney before, and he was such a tough nut to crack. And you know, Robert talks about the person he was, and you know how they managed to convince him and get Pixar under Disney. So he talks about all that. So that was personally my favorite you know, acquisition chapter. So yeah, the second part is basically about these three main acquisitions and the lessons that he picked up. Like, one of the important things, you know, that he says, that when a company is acquiring another company, it's never the assets, you know, that you're acquiring. It's never the uh, you know, the technology or the assets. It's you're acquiring people, you know. And throughout, he has, you know, given one most important lesson as a leader is to have fairness, empathy, and respect for people. He says, you know, what I am today, it's because of these three main traits. You know, I've always have had empathy for people, I have always respected people, and I have always been fair, you know. And that's exactly very important, that when you're acquiring a company, it's you always need to remember that you're acquiring people. So yeah, that is what the second half mainly talks about. And towards the end, he kind of sums up all the creative lessons, you know, in leadership that he has picked up on his way, and he has kind of summed it up in the end. There is another one more favorite of mine that, you know, before closing down this video, I will just read it out to you. He says that you know, don't let ambition get ahead of opportunity. Do the job you have well, be patient, look for opportunities to pitch in, and expand and grow. And make yourself one of the people through attitude and energy and focus whom your bosses feel they have to turn to when an opportunity rises. So he says, you know, it's not like, you know, I wasn't eyeing the CEO position in the company, but I focused my energy on the job that I had, you know, and, you know, I gave it all in. I looked for opportunities when they, you know, when they came across my way, but I never let ambition get ahead of opportunity. And I think that's one of the, you know, besides treating people right, one of the biggest takeaway for me. So yeah, this is basically what the book talks about. I think it was a wonderful read for someone who is also, for someone, you know, people like, personally, I don't know how much I'm going to get hate comments on this, but I'm not a Star Wars or a Marvel, you know, fan or something. So but for someone who is, you know, it's really interesting to know what really happens behind the scenes when a company is acquiring another big company. And you know, it really talks a lot about you know, the important decision that goes behind such big, huge deals. So that was very interesting to read for me. Of course, you know, the leadership lessons were also very inspiring. All in all, I think it is a wonderful you know, read. It's clearly going down in the list of one of my favorite self-help inspiring reads. So yeah, that's it. I again got it from Amazon. It's for $700, and let me know if you pick this one up and you like it, and what part of it that you really enjoyed. And and the creative lessons, in leadership are really good. I mean, something that you can refer to at various stages in your life. So yeah, that's what the book is all about. Let me know. And in general, if there's anything that you feel that in a book, when I'm discussing a book, if there's something that you want to stress me to stress upon, just please let me know in the comments. And happy reading, and I hope you're reading. And take care and have a good weekend ahead. Thank you. Bye bye. I'll see you next week with a new book. Bye.